What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 203 of the Clever and Original Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kayley Misialek. Alongside me, the man with a plan, Jayden Reinhart.
Yeah, my plan was to not be in Poland. Plan successful. JJ didn't do so well.
Plan. Yep, JJ, Nirvana shirt guy himself, is in Poland and will not be with us for this episode or the next one.
Yeah.
But the show must go on.
Yes. For our viewers.
Yes. So, if you haven't listened to us before, we are the Clever and Original Podcast. We talk about comic book movie type stuff, video game type stuff, particularly in that order.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of interesting how fast I got through that without JJ interrupting me at
just
every
sitting
second.
over there, just bah, bah, bah,
Yeah, just trying to mess with this whole thing. So, let's get on with some news. So, the Halo TV series that I think we first talked about when we first started this show 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it was announced when the original Xbox One in 2013 was announced.
Mm-hmm.
On Showtime. It has its main cast set. So Pablo Schreiber, which we already knew, is going to be playing Master Chief. And then they have revealed the rest of the cast. So they announced that Natasha McElhenney, Bokeem Woodbine, Shabana Azim, Bentley Kalu, Natasha Kulzak, and Kate Kennedy were all in main roles for this series. McElhenney, best known for Californication and Designated Survivor, will be playing two parts in the series. She'll be playing Dr. Catherine Halsey, as well as Cortana.
Okay.
And I think in the video games, the voice actor who does Cortana also did Catherine Halsey. So
Okay.
I think Cortana's based off Halsey.
Yeah.
I
remember
probably
something about
why. So she'll be playing the main AI Cortana as from the series, with Master Chief, the main two characters.
Mm-hmm.
And moving on, we have Bokeem Woodbine, best known for Spider-Man Homecoming and Fargo, will play a character named Soren 066, a private soldier living on the fringes of human civilization who comes into conflict with the Spartans and his old friend Master Chief. Interesting.
All right.
Indian actress Shabana Azim will be playing Admiral Margaret Perengoski, the head of Office of Naval Intelligence, ONI, as the game. And then the other three actors that were announced will be playing all new characters. Bentley Kalu is playing a cybernetically augmented super soldier named Spartan Vanek 134, who will serve as Master Chief's deputy. Natasha Kulzak is playing Spartan Riz 028, enhanced professional assassin, and Kate Kennedy will play a super soldier named Spartan Kai 125.
Cool.
So, interesting names. I don't know most of these people.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that we actually have a cast, and
Yep.
it's interesting that some of the main characters are going to be Spartans.
Yeah.
Which all of the live action shows that or web series or whatever have never actually had Spartans as the main characters.
Yeah, most of the time it's the soldiers underneath them. The Spartans are oh my god, these
Yeah, you had
big badasses, which they are.
Forward Unto Dawn, which is about all these Marine recruits or whatever.
Mm.
And then Master Chief was briefly in the, and then you had what is it? The one with Mike Coulter, Shadowfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays. Well, at the time in the games he becomes Spartan Locke, but in the show he was just, I think, an ODST agent Locke or something like that.
Yeah.
So we've never actually seen like a Spartan as like a main character in one of these like roles, I guess,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah,
So interesting to see.
for sure. Super excited.
Of all these people, the one I know the most is Pablo Schreiber, the guy who's playing Master Chief.
Yeah.
He was in Orange is the New Black in like the first, I think, 2 seasons.
Okay.
He was one of the supporting characters in that show.
Okay.
So yeah, interesting stuff. I'm curious as to when we're going to see all this stuff. Still no like release date or anything, but I am interested to see. This stuff has been a long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, like you said it yourself, we started talking about this at the beginning of the podcast, and like it's still in the works. It's moving forward. It's good to hear that it's definitely moving forward, but it's very slow moving.
Right.
Feels. And when it actually comes out, I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah, so exciting stuff there. So with that, I mean, do we have anything else to say on the Halo TV series? I mean, interesting live action, a video game live action series. I mean, I guess we've done stuff like this before.
Yeah.
Mainly movies, though. All of them have been pretty like failures for the most part.
Yeah.
Up until like I think Detective Pikachu is probably the most successful like video game movie.
Yeah, and I like really it was kind of, I don't know the word for it. I guess I mean, I don't know. Pokemon's like a kid's game, so it wasn't like super. There were adult themes to it, and I liked it a lot. But like compared to like any video game movie, definitely.
I mean, I think one thing with it is that there isn't like a universe like lore, I guess.
Yeah.
That's like the there isn't really much of a story in Pokemon.
Yeah. It's
like,
just these things exist. There's Pokemon and the humans.
Like Halo, even though I would say it doesn't have like that much in-depth story, like it's like a story, you've got, humans, Spartans, and then the Halo.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Covenant coming, and then blow it, there's lore pertaining to it that's like really important and things like that.
All the Halos are created by an ancient people and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Covenant, and they're like this religious fanatic group or whatever.
Yeah.
In conflict with the humans, and anyway, for the Pokemon, you don't really have that. I mean, you have the basic concepts of like catching Pokemon and using them to battle, but other than that, you can really do whatever you want with them.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like, I don't know. I mean, they have like god Pokemon, right? Like Dialga and whatever. So maybe if there is a lore to it, it's not very well known.
Yeah, it's much I don't know if I don't know if the term is like inside baseball or like just very like you have to be really like into it to kind of like notice it,
Yeah.
Like a lot of people know Pokemon, they have no idea what you just said with like the god Pokemon and things like that.
Yeah. Like, isn't Dialga just a legendary? It's like but
there's
only
like
one.
Arceus is like Pokemon god, Dialga is like the thing of time, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And then
you got like Pokemon where there's only one of them, like Mew and Celebi, and they're very important. I would suppose in the creation of. I mean, there's gotta be. You know what? I'm gonna quick do some Googling here. I just want to see. Google Pokemon creation.
They create
Pokemon Jesus.
It's I think Mew would be that, like
Arceus.
like you got Arceus as like god, right? And then you have like Palkia and Dialga, which are time and space. I'm not sure if it's that or Dialga's time, Palkia's space, I think. And then you have Giratina, which is like I don't know if it's like death or whatever.
Says Arceus in a void of nothingness, a single egg came into being, which the egg hatched into Arceus. So it was just like this egg. So in the beginning of Pokemon time, there was an egg in the middle of space, and then Arceus hatches from it, and then creates Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina.
So what came first, the Arceus or the egg? And the questions, where did this egg come from? It's just sitting in a black void. Just like, what's this egg doing? What laid this egg? Was it like a bigger Arceus?
Yeah, Dialga and Palkia are time and space, and Giratina, it doesn't say. Why does it not say? What does Giratina do? The renegade Pokemon is banished. Doesn't say. Who really knows what Giratina does? I don't.
The world may never know.
But yeah, so it kind of sounds like it's sort of like similar parallels to real life Christianity kind of thing. Yeah,
just like really any creation story.
Yeah, like there was a god, and they made sometime, like in Greek mythology, made other gods, and then I guess from there,
right.
Once you got time and space, you're pretty much set.
So yeah, moral of the story: there is a lore in Pokemon, but nobody cares.
Nope.
I think the thing with Halo is that people care about it.
I mean, you can literally catch God in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And own God. Like, I have God. God is mine.
God is my subservient slave.
God is my pet.
Do my bidding.
I'll take God out of this ball every now and again and ask if it wants food. Yeah. I imagine it was something like, I'm imagining like a Cowboys and Indians kind of thing. Where like the Pokemon, this like thing happened and all the Pokemon were made, and then Pokemon were on this planet, and then humans come along somehow and they start like industry and catching them, and and it's like an evil thing, but then they become friends and it's okay. And that's where we're at.
Well, I mean, I feel like they're imagining it like how pets like became what's the word, domesticated. Mm-hmm. Like, I think, like, you know, historians believe, ancient historians believe that, like, dogs or, like, ancient wolves, I guess, you know, stuck around humans because they, like, got, like, the scraps or, you know, whatever, and then humans let them around because they help ward off, like, other animals or whatever, and it's just kind of, like, a mutually beneficial thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, eventually it evolved into pets, like dogs.
Yeah. That makes sense. I'd say that's probably also pretty accurate for how they'd explain it. But I feel like Pokemon, Nintendo's not going to, like, go to far lengths to, like, create this incredible and amazing story. They're probably like, all right, people don't know where Pokemon come from.
They're just like, this is a kid's game. We can't make it so. The Pokemon and their trainers are friends, pals.
For Arceus so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Pokemon.
Except, you know, dog fighting is illegal and very inhumane. But Pokemon,
they enjoy it.
But no, they don't.
No.
But Pokemon fighting is like, hey, it's a good thing. Have fun with your Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, if your Pokemon wins, what's the bad? It's all good. It's fine.
So, Halo, Covenant, Spartans
TV show,
Master Chief,
finally,
Cortana. It's all happening.
Woo! Excitement.
Interesting. We won't. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Venom has a new director. Director Ruben Fleischer of the original Venom will not be returning to direct. And so it looks like Andy Serkis will come in to direct the sequel to the Venom movie.
What has he done?
He is best known for all the CGI characters he plays. He played Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He plays, is it Caesar, the monkey in the newest Planet of the Apes movies?
Yeah. Okay.
He played Ulysses Claw in Black Panther and Avengers: Age of Ultron.
So for the most part, he's the guy they like put in a suit and put all those things on.
He's mainly an actor. He was what's his name in Star Wars? The big baddie up until Kylo Ren killed him.
Yeah, the dude in the chair.
Yeah, the dude in the chair.
Yeah, chair dude guy. Yeah. I know who you're talking about with the old wrinkly face. Shit, what was his name?
Clearly a very important character.
Star Wars. He showed up and then died.
He played Supreme Leader Snoke.
Yeah. He showed up to be like, hey, check it out. I'm super evil. But then he just
dies like instantly.
Like no character development.
Nope.
None. Just dead.
No
one's
and let's see what else. Like, what has he directed? Because like he's mainly been like an actor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, play some like Golem. How is anything ever gonna outshine that?
So he's directed Breathe.
Okay.
It's a biographical drama film. Okay, and Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, which is based on the Jungle Book. Like the actual book, the Jungle Book.
Oh, okay.
Not the Disney one, which is also based off that same book.
But kind of made more kid-friendly.
Right, because, Disney, all they do is take old stories and then warp them into these animated things. So where if anyone thinks of them, they think of Disney. Because, like Cinderella, Snow White, and, that sort of thing. They're not original Disney stuff. You know? They literally stole them from and just reworked them to be kid friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, generally those stories are all pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Instead of Little Mermaid lost her voice, it's something way more intense. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? In the Cinderella story, one of the evil stepsisters cuts off, or I think the stepmother cuts off one of their toes to get her foot to fit in the glass slipper.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's really disturbing stuff. And I think a lot of it was to scare children into listening to their parents and things like that.
Yeah. Scare tactics.
Look, Ariel didn't listen to her father. Now she doesn't have a fucking voice. Yeah. And she's gonna get killed by the evil octopus lady.
I think that's what it is, doesn't she? Because she gets her legs, but she loses her voice. And so she goes on land and something bad happens and she can't say anything. And I think she just dies. Something like that.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
something like
Disney,
that.
it makes them all happy endings.
Yeah,
and things that. Because, you can't do that. But
then she found true love. True love.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Princess Bride. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, The Princess Bride.
Yeah, yeah.
That's such a great movie.
True love. So funny. Little Mermaid.
My name is Montego Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
To gain a human soul. What? Yeah, no, it's with souls and shit. Apparently.
Yeah. Anyway,
Damn.
He directed a film called Mowgli.
Okay.
Which is based off the Jungle Book. And that seems to be that, besides a biographical film, that other than that, he hasn't really directed. But, I mean, he's also really expert with CGI technology, motion capture, which is what people use in Venom, they'd probably use that, especially that and Carnage too, probably.
Mm. I haven't even seen the Venom movie.
You haven't? I thought we went together.
No. You must have went with someone else. You have.
Okay.
I've seen the scene where he threatens to eat that dude's limbs and throw him into the street in the convenience store or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only part of the movie I've seen. So I can kind of
Who did I go see that with then? I went with somebody.
JJ? Maybe Luke?
No.
Trevor?
No, definitely not. I never go. Trevor like never goes to movies with me.
Jeez.
Like I swear I was like you, or maybe it was like Declan, my old roommate, or something.
Might have been, yeah, because I haven't seen it yet.
I thought it was you.
Other than that one scene, I have no idea.
It's Tom Hardy and and things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
Yeah.
when Venom eats people, is Tom Hardy eating them? Or is Venom like absorbing them?
I think Venom's eating them.
Okay.
Because Venom and Tom Hardy's I can't think of his name now. Like I know it. Like it's clear, but like I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
Shit.
What's his name? Shoot. Topher Grace is him in the third Spider-Man movie. Eddie Brock.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and Venom are two different things that like kind of like work together.
So Venom like takes over like the organs and everything.
Right.
Whatever the hell he's made out of.
Yeah. So like Tom Hardy doesn't do it. I mean, he kind of like lets it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose he kind of struggled the first few times, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But then he just kind of gives up.
He's just like, okay, you need me. I kind of need you.
Yeah.
So.
Sort of a necessary evil. Kind of a yin and yang kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little good and all that bad. Maybe.
I guess. I mean, it's like, oh, I guess there's a worse or bad thing.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of symbiotes and stuff, there's an anime about, it's like an alien that comes to the planet and they're parasites. And it's like the same deal. Like they need our bodies to survive, to do things. And so if you come in contact with them, they'll like come in contact with any part of your skin, like your hand or something, and then they'll like slowly take over your whole body. And when they take over the whole thing, then they just like that's it. Like you're not you anymore, and they just have control of your whole body. But if you can, like, a couple instances where you're about to die or something, and they need to save your life right away, or they die, they'll like stop taking over your body wherever they're at, whatever progress they've made, and then just like save you. And then that one part of your body is a symbiote.
Interesting.
It's really weird. So this one guy has like an arm that's just not him. It's like this alien thing.
That's so interesting.
And so he's trying to like work together with this alien that doesn't want to die either. It's so weird.
Symbiotes are interesting.
Yeah, I hate the idea of like something using me to be alive.
Right. Oh, it's like
it's so gross.
Well, it's like
but it's also a cool idea.
I mean, there's a bunch of like insects and things like that. Well, not insects, maybe like bacteria or whatever.
Worms.
Yeah, that use that. Right.
Yeah.
They live off of you.
Yeah.
Which is like really disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of like, it reminds me of that. There's this like, I don't remember what it is, but like some sort of like, bacteria or something. Anyway, or maybe like an insect or whatever. Anyway, they what is it called? That they attach to like hosts and things like that.
Are you thinking of parasites? Or?
Yeah, parasite.
Okay,
I think.
Oh, that's the name of anime too. If you're looking for it.
They attach. They survive off ants.
Oh, the
and then
fungus.
And then they control the ants.
Yeah.
Which is like really terrifying.
Yeah.
And then, they bring the ants up to like this high point and then kill them right there, and then have more of their spore, like to basically reproduce, fall off down onto potentially other ants.
Yeah.
It's like really fucking terrifying.
JJ was telling me about that. I guess that's what The Last of Us is kind of based off of. Like not so much zombies, but like plants, like parasites that just take you over into a zombie-like fashion. But oh my god, that's terrifying. That would be awful. You're just walking around, you're an ant, you're enjoying life, and a tiny little spore lands on you, and you're fucked.
Yeah. Well, like just having like the thing where it's like something else is controlling you, right? I would almost rather just be like incompatible of like movement than having like something else like just like control all of my movements and things like that.
Can you imagine like something moving your body? Like let's say you're still conscious for it too, and something else is moving your body and making you do things, and you're just like helpless. Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
that sounds terrible.
That's like one of the scariest things that could it's like I've had a couple of dreams like that.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God, it's just fucking scary. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, when you're watching a movie and it's like they're walking towards this door. It's like, don't walk towards that door. You're going to die. It's like that, but I was in the body.
Right, yeah.
Like, stop, no.
I was just, and I was doing it and I had no control. Yeah. I was just kind of like a viewer.
Yeah.
Except it was happening to me.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. The worst.
Yeah.
Fuck you, parasites.
Yeah. So, symbiotes.
Yeah.
Venom.
Andy
Serkis.
Serkis.
I wonder when we'll get the sequel. I mean, that came out 2 years ago now. It came out after Homecoming.
Oh shit! Yeah.
But before, and Infinity War and things like that.
Feels way more recent than that, but yeah, that sounds about right.
So
it just feels like
Homecoming came out in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came out in 2018.
Yeah, so at least a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just look it up.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, time-wise, to me, it feels like it was like last month. I have no concept.
Yep,
of
it was a 2018 film.
Dialga, save me.
So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Venom.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the best movie ever, but I think I think Tom Hardy did a good job in the role and things like that. So
cool. Yeah, I should definitely check it out. It's probably on.
Oh, speaking of like
movies
that deserve a sequel that maybe weren't such great first movies, Power Rangers. Yeah. Okay, we saw that. I think it was like 2016, maybe.
The Green Power Ranger, though.
Like they were so like it was like an actually like there was actually like interesting characters in it, which is like shocking because that was like the least interesting part about like the kids show.
They definitely like matured it up for like not. I mean, you can still probably bring your kids to it, but it kind of appeases to mature audiences as well.
Yeah, I think
from what I remember, it's been a little while since I've seen it, but I remember liking it a lot.
Yeah. It definitely had potential.
Mm-hmm. And then they had the cliffhanger with the Green Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they gotta go back to that. They didn't know what happens.
Right, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, I would say move on to some video game type stuff, but that's it for our news this week. Yeah. Summer is just there's like, this big section where there's a lot of news where it's like E3, Comic-Con, but once those are like over or not even like before them, there's like absolutely nothing. Just like nothing. Yeah. Dead air.
Yep. Every now and again, an indie game company does a thing, and it's like, eh.
All right. So let's get on to some juice.
Yeah.
Our juicy topic. So I am going on a plane to New York later this week. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be in a plane for like 4 hours there, 4 hours back. So I need to do something on the plane, and I have a Switch.
Yeah.
I can use it like they do in those commercials.
Yeah.
Where they're like at airports and planes.
They do allow them now, right?
What?
The Switch? Because weren't they like initially like, oh, you fucking could be a bomb or whatever?
I don't know. I mean, they should allow it. Like, if they don't, I would be like, do you seriously think this is a bomb? Does this look like a bomb? And then they're going to be like, why do you keep saying bomb? And I'm like,
poor choice of words.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a video game.
It doesn't explode.
So what games should I play on those like 8 hours of flight time? So
do you like turn-based strategy?
Depends.
Okay, have you played Fire Emblem?
No, I haven't.
Fire Emblem? Oh my god, I've started playing it, so I'm a little.
See, Alex told me that yesterday. I should play that.
Yeah. We were talking about this. Like, oh my god, like he's like, oh, I wish it was. Or if I wasn't here, I'd be home probably playing my Switch, playing Fire Emblem. I'm like, oh my god, me too. I don't know, it's cool. He's way further in the game than me, from what it sounds like, and he's talking about like some of these like plot twists and elements that they have, and it sounds really cool. There's like a good story to it. There's interesting characters, and a lot of the game is actually building relationships with your teammates before going into battle, because that like makes you more effective in combat and stuff. But it is a turn-based game. If you like turn-based, it does a pretty good job. I'd say it's fairly simple while kind of being in depth a little bit.
Okay.
So that's always a fun game. That's probably one of the games I could just kind of like sit down and play for hours.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I think Breath of the Wild is like an easy choice that's been there for a few years.
Still awesome. Still great. Good job, Nintendo.
Yeah. I could play Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. I still haven't. I think I'm on the last level, but I have not beaten it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the level before, because I think you go to the moon?
I'm not sure.
I think you do like Bowser's Castle, and then you go to a moon.
Okay.
I believe. But, yeah. It's always a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
I should go back and beat that.
So, like, what Switch games are, like, really good?
I was going to say Mario Party, but you'd have a tough time.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, like, any, like, single-player games.
Have you played the Pokemon Let's Go?
No, I haven't.
It's actually... I mean, it's still got the catching mechanic, and that's how you level up your Pokemon. So, you'd have to deal with that. But the battling is fairly good, actually. Like, it's still what you'd remember from the old games when you run into actual trainers and stuff. I've had some fun with it.
I'm looking through the best games for the Switch. Fire Emblem was on there. Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, holy shit. Why didn't I even think of that? You'd probably have to, because you're on a plane ride, you can't download things.
Mm-hmm.
You'd probably have to download several levels ahead of time. But they do have a campaign mode, actually. What am I talking about? And they're actually pretty good. The idea of the campaign mode is that they give you ideas for how to use some of the blocks.
Okay.
And so the level will be themed. Like, this level uses the spring a bunch and kind of teaches you what you can do with it. And I don't know. There's a lot of like different blocks that they add too, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I like it a lot. You can just download like straight up Super Mario World levels. Probably people remake those. And now that you can do like slopes, you can slide down to Goombas.
Yeah, there's a lot of like indie games on here, like Celeste, Hollow Knight, Stardew Valley.
Those are all very good games. But I played them on
there's
computer,
Mario
so
Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Oh yeah, another turn-based game. I had a lot of fun with that. Admittedly, not Breath of the Wild levels of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is a game that kind of tapered off for me, and I stopped playing after the first level shortly.
I mean,
it's fun.
I'll probably play Sonic Mania because I just love Sonic.
That's fair. It's a good Switch game. I got stuck in the oil level.
Oh, that's one of the last ones?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was having a real tough time at that.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah. Oil.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It was like the best, like, I mean, it's back to like the original like 2D Sonics, which, they tried to do in the past with like Sonic 4, which is just like, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That's nothing like 2D Sonic. Yeah. Like Sonic Mania, that's 2D Sonic. Yeah. That is just like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 2, Sonic 1, Sonic CD, really good Sonic game. And it's like $20 too, which is great. So
yeah.
And I think, you can get it on anything PC, Xbox One, PS4, but I think Switch is great because you can take it with you. I think it's a type of game that it's great that you can like play on the go.
That's the thing with the Switch. Like, it has a lot of the same games as like a at-home console, Xbox, or your PC. But the fact that you can take it with you just means you should just buy games on that.
Well, yeah, I think in
general, like.
But like, I think Sonic particularly, and other, I think a lot of indie games too. Like, just like having like, you spend like 2 minutes on a level, 3 minutes on a level. that's it's a bite-sized thing where it's like you can take it, gotta go fast. But like you can do it, you can take it out like and then put it away, like with like a game like Halo or like even Zelda, but to a lesser extent, like you're playing long hours or not maybe not even long, but like at least 10 minutes, if not longer, which takes up a lot of time, especially like when you're moving from place to place, like where you have to like just like upend whatever you're doing because your plane just landed and you need to get going. Things like that.
Exactly. Yeah, no, definitely like the pacing in Sonic Mania is a lot more bite-sized. Like you can sit down and play it for a long period of time, but you're beating like multiple levels. Ideally, depending how good you are, I guess. But you could also like play a level and maybe like die part way through, but it's not as much of a commitment as like Hollow Knight. And I'd actually say Stardew Valley is kind of a long-term commitment because the days they're not long. I don't know. I think they're like 15, 20 minutes. But that's still like you want to play through a day, And so that's 15 to 20 minutes where it's hard to like just pause and walk away.
Right.
But yeah, those are all good games that they recommended on there.
And then obviously, there's those staples like Mario Kart, Smash Bros. But I mean, Smash Bros. Becomes less fun without people to play.
Yeah.
It's similar with Mario Kart, but like you can at least like AI are a lot better in like Mario Kart than than in like Smash Bros. Because you're more like racing than like battling each other.
Yeah.
Which like causes like reactions to etc. Versus you don't have to really react too much to other computers.
They just kind of happen around you.
Right.
And every now and again,
you do have to react, but like you're more focused on your own thing versus like with Smash, like a fighting game like Smash, but you're focused on the other player, computer, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna play some of those games, maybe all of those games. I don't know. We'll see.
8 hours is a long.
Minecraft, I'll probably download that. I haven't played that in forever.
Oh yeah, is that on the Switch?
Yeah, it is. I think it's like $20.
Yeah. There's anime Minecraft, Dragon Quest Builders 2. Minecraft, but with anime.
Right. Yeah.
Minecraft is definitely actually, Minecraft is. I don't know. I think the pacing is fine. Like you can ideally pick it up and put it down, but it's hard to.
Right.
Like
it's
once
so
you pick it up, it's like I gotta finish this house. I gotta. This farm. We just do this farm real quick.
Yeah.
6 hours later.
All right. I think that does it for us on this episode of the Clever and Original Podcast. Jay, if people wanted to find you on the social media sphere, where can they do that?
If you want to come find me and tell me that my game choice sucks, come find me on Twitter at Jayden Reinhart.
And you can find me at Kayley Misialek. You can find us all at Clever_Original on Twitter. And as you are right now, listen to us each and every week on SoundCloud, iTunes, and other podcast services. And we'll catch you next week on episode 204.
Woo!